Good morning, everyone. My name is Akash Srivastava. I am a final year student of B.Tech CSE from Sri Ram Sarup Memorial University, which is located in Lucknow. I am here to give introduction about the topic metabolism from biology. So let's start with the presentation and see what is. Now, what is metabolism? Metabolism refers to the entire network of chemical processes being maintained life. Means it is the series of chemical reactions that occur in a living organism to sustain life. Let's see what is energy metabolism. Energy metabolism is a way that the body obtain and expend energy from food. It is basically the process of generating energy, that is ATP, from the nutrient of the food. Let's move to the next slide. Now in this slide we will discuss the types of metabolic process. The first is anabolism and second is catabolism. Let's see what is anabolism. The building up compound from the small molecules into the large one. Energy is used for this process to take place. Means this process is mainly involved in building of compound from a simple substance required by the cell, and this process require and store energy. Now second is catabolism, the breakdown of the molecules into a smaller unit. In this, the energy is released in the form of process. In example, glucose catabolism result in the release of CO2 and water. Basically, in this, we break down the larger organic molecules into smaller molecules, and it releases energy. See what is ATP. ATP Now, ATP, the main energy source of the cell. It is the organic compound composed of the phosphates group, adenine, and the sugar ribose. These molecules provide energy for various biochemical processes in the body. Therefore, it is also known as the energy currency of the cell. It is used for the muscular contraction, enzymes activity, etc. Catabolism results in the production of many ATP molecules like energy used by the body when energy is needed. Hydrolysis break the bond in ATP, thus it's release energy. Now in this slide we will discuss about metabolic efficiency. Let's first talk about what is metabolic efficiency. Metabolic efficiency is referred to the body ability to utilize its onboard store of carbohydrate and fat more efficiently during the rest across the different intensity of the exercise. Food energy, in this food energy is converted to ATP with approximately 50% efficiency, and the other 50% is released in the form of heat. Let's move toward the next slide. Now, in this slide, we will talk about how the energy is produced. There are basically three stages of producing energy. The first one is protein, carbohydrates, and the fats are broken down during the digestion and absorption into smaller unit. And then second one is these smaller compound are further break down into two carbon compound, and the last, these two carbon compound are degraded into carbohydrate oxide and water. Now let's move toward the next slide. Now we will see the breakdown of nutrient for energy. The first breakdown is glucose breakdown, and the second is glycerol and the fatty acid breakdown, and the third and the last is amino acid breakdown. It's basically converted into the energy form. Let's move to the next slide. Okay, sorry. This slide we will discuss about the glucose breakdown. Glucose breakdown process is known as glycolysis. This process of breaking down of glucose comprises of four stages. In which the glucose complex molecules is broken down into three carbon molecules, pyruvate, and the pyruvate is further broken down by different way to provide energy in various organisms. During the fermentation, the pyruvate is converted into ethanol and carbon dioxide in the absence of oxygen. While in the breakdown of glucose takes place in mitochondria inside the cell in the presence of oxygen, under certain conditions. Where there is a lack of oxygen, the breakdown takes place and it can result in the production of lactic acid. Now let's move to the next slide where we will discuss about the breakdown of glycerol and the fatty acid breakdown. Now in this, one triglyceride are broke into one glycerol and three fatty acid during a hydrolytic reaction that is catalyzed by the enzyme passive. In this, the glycerol and the fatty acid will be moved to smaller intestine so that they can be absorbed into the blood circulation. Basically, glucose breaks down into pyruvate with the help of glycerol. Then again, it converted into acetyl-CoA means ethanol and the carbon dioxide with the help of fatty acid. That's all. Now let's move to the next slide where we will discuss about the amino acid breakdown. The first step of the breakdown is to remove the amino group from the amino acid. Then it comes to the transpacer, which freely reversible reaction, which convert the glucose into pyruvate, and then it's again converted into the ethanol and carbon dioxide. After that, it's go on into the TCS cycle. Okay, that's all from my side. Thank you, everyone.